You're not going to call fake eye pokes and get 10 minutes of timeout and get a fake stoppage. I'm coming for you again. You know who was winning that last fight. You're on borrowed time, motherfucker. This is my time. I'm getting my belt back.
First, go wipe your mouth. You got a little something on.
What is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. So, the day of UFC 268 is upon us, and this has been a fight that has been long anticipated ever since the last fight that Colby Covington had with Tyron Woodley, where he personally called out Kamaru Usman yet again.
You got so lucky last time. You know what happened 2 days before? That was the biggest, worst fight of my life. That was my worst night, and that was your best night. Wait till the next time I see you. There ain't going to be no cheap shots. You're not going to be able to call fake nut shots.
After that whole, exchange, Usman was like, bro, why are you still talking to me? It's like you're saying all of this stuff, and I beat you. Not only did Usman beat him, he thoroughly destroyed him.
That wasn't even close. No,
face.
Marty, fake newsman. You didn't break my face.
face.
I got right up and protested it
Look
right
at
away.
me.
He thrashed him. He picked him apart worse than Izzy picked apart Costa, worse than John Jones in any of his fights. All right, well, maybe not that much, but it's probably about neck and neck, with all three. How Usman destroyed Covington in the last fight was, wow, it was thoroughly satisfying. So not only does Kobe like to talk shit, he is an avid Trump supporter, so classic conservative. So in his press conference, he came out and he had the NYPD hat and the FDNY hat for supporting the New York Police Department and the New York Fire Department, because the first responders and everything. And he even threw a shot out there towards them in his press conference. Problem is, when you do these things a little bit out of context, he did that to kind of deflect away from a question that was asked about his broken jaw. That did happen in the last fight. So he claims that it's fake. If they put it out there, it would be a HIPAA violation. That his jaw was broken because it'd be releasing medical details. And yeah, much like what Usman said in the total press conference, he said, you went to your corner and said,
I broke my jaw.
You got 2 more rounds. I need you 10 minutes.
my jaw is broken. But in any case, so why was that satisfying? Why is Kobe such an asshole? So long story short, maybe not so long ago in a galaxy close to home, Kobe was actually in danger of being cut from the UFC, because he's a wrestler. His style of fighting is wrestling, and he's just all in all, he was a boring kind of guy. So they was pretty much like, hey, if and they went over this in the Joe Rogan's podcast. So, and he was saying hey, if regardless of whether you win this fight or lose, you're gonna be cut. So at something clicked in his head, and he said, all right, you know what, screw it, fuck it. And then he went out and he pretty much just called everybody in Brazil filthy animals. And he embraced the conservative mantra of fuck everybody that's not me. Well, fuck anybody that doesn't think how I think. That's where the MAGA persona came from, So, and he might really be a Trump supporter. So, he definitely makes no qualms about what his political allegiances are, but he he brings those into like press conferences with him. So like he calls Usman Marty fake newsman, Marty Newsman, and like he purposefully like mispronounces like foreigners' names and like oh man, stuff that like constantly gets under people's skin.
Who'd you get a call from? You get a call from freaking your little tribe? They give you some smoke signals for you?
But I'll say this though, Kobe is the perfect heel, and whenever he's done with UFC, I know where he's gonna go afterwards. He's going straight to the WWE. I mean, now that I think about it, it makes sense as to why Kobe has the political allegiances that he does, is because, you know, he still believes that he won that last fight.
Man, you didn't break my face. I
face.
got right up and protested it right away. That was a fake stoppage.
Even though it was very one-sided, like Usman just kept giving him hit after hit after hit. You know, so like after like it was like there's no like contest into a style. So I mentioned that Kobe is a wrestler, more of like a balanced type fighter, but he mainly relied on his wrestling. And Usman is a wrestler as well, but lately he's been developing his hands. And I would say that in the first Covington fight, you know, he pretty much let that be known. Usman's striking was definitely on point in the last 3 fights. Maybe not so much with in the first Masvidal fight, even though he was striking, but you know, he caught a lot of flack for doing a lot of foot stomping and shouldering on the cage. But and it makes sense that Usman is developing his hands, because the next big promotion that he's talking about, he's trying to go fight Canelo. So oh man, and unlike Jake Paul, he's trying to do that right now or as soon as possible. So, you know, if anybody can get it done, Dana can get it done. So even though Kamaru is a very seasoned grappler, he got hands, and he got hands for days. So like, just, oh man, 1-2 jabs and straight punches, man. Like how it's like every time Kobe threw a punch, you know, he had 2 coming back, and Usman was able to punish him each time he left his face open. In fact, he connected real hard in the first round, and I think that's what started the deterioration of his jaw, you know, like, so, because he had his hand up here the whole time. Now there's guarding your face, and then there's this, like, he had his hand up here like this, like halfway through the first round. I was like, oh, he broke his jaw. He swole his jaw up. And then I'll be damned if in the 3rd round he was like
10 minutes.
We know Kobe got hands, he's a good fighter and everything, but Usman was just way too strong for him. And even if the fight would have went to the ground, it would have been that much worse, because once again, Usman is a very seasoned grappler, plus he's got that strength on top of it. I mean, the dude it's all in his name. He's a nightmare to deal with. I mean, I would like to see a grappling match between him and Khabib, though. I want to see who would win, because Usman is strong, but Khabib wrestled bears. But I'm getting off topic. So, like, no, man. And then plus on top of that, not only does Usman have hands, look who's in his corner. Francis Ngannou, this big motherfucker. Him, Usman, and Izzy, all 3 of them hang around Israel Adesanya, if you don't know. All 3 of them hang around with each other. They call themselves the 3 African Kings, with obviously Usman being from Nigeria, Izzy being from Nigeria but resides in Auckland, New Zealand, and Francis Ngannou coming from Cameroon. And that his story is a whole nother like monster. Like, but in any case, all right, so of course Ngannou is coaching Usman on how to use his hands and straight punches. I have a feeling I'm gonna see an overhand right tonight. Like, oh my god. And there's like what he did to Masvidal, like the knockout punch. And he was like, hold up, move your arm to the side, came straight down the pike. Man, like, so I'm getting off topic. I got 2 other fights to talk about. But in any case, no, so yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to be another, maybe not so much as dominant of performance, because I expect Kobe to make adjustments. I also expect for him to adjust back to his base once he gets punched in the face. So, but yeah, so I mean, cause the one thing that everybody says is that like Kobe trains hard. He definitely commits to his training. But if he trains and then Usman trains, obviously it's gonna come down to who can apply the better technique, who has the best strength. You know, when 2 things even out, is usually a deciding factor in another column that will decide the end of that fight. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Moving on to the next fight, Rose Namajunas versus Weili Zhang. Thug Rose. So, oh man, this fight. When I called this fight, I originally was pulling for Zhang. I thought that Zhang was gonna catch her, but I said, watch. This fight is going to be decided by a face kick. I was right. Just wrong fighter. Like, Rose kicked the shit out of Weili Zhang. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't think Shawn Michaels could have had a better face kick. Like, oh man. But, like, it was like a front lift Tajiri kick, you know, like, Tajiri, Daniel Bryan, or yeah, like, but man, quarter right here in that sweet spot, you know, this area, like, man, if your like head jerks a certain way, you know, like body just shuts down. Like Weili's just like went limp. But of course, Weili is more of an aggressive fighter, so if she comes in and like Rose is patient and she picks her shots and everything, that's going to be there all day. So I expect once again that she made adjustments. I don't have a real like dog in this fight. I guess if I would have to choose, it would probably be, I'll probably say Rose. If Weili fights the same way that she fought last time. And plus, like, Rose earned the name Thug, like, so she's a brawler. But in any case, all right, so I would say Rose would probably retain her championship. All right, next, moving on to the big fight, the next big fight of the night, Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. Both fighters said that they're not going to back up from the center of the ring. And I think one of them said, hey, let's meet in the center of the ring. I think Gaethje was the one that said it. Let's meet in the center of the ring. First person to shoot for a leg is a bitch. So, okay. I mean, hey, I don't know. I'm calling for Gaethje. Somebody's going to back up. I mean, eventually. Like, come on. Like, this fight's probably going to be over with in 2 rounds if they stand in the middle and rock 'em sock 'em robots, you know, like. But in any case, all right, so that's my coverage so far. But it's going to be entertaining tonight, one way or another. Like, that's for damn sure. So, in any case, my name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on all of my social medias. Everything. I'm out.
Fake rep, fake fight. Wait till I see you next time. Wait till I see you next time, Marty Fake Newsman. You're dead. You're dead.
Am
We
I?
got unfinished business.
Really?
You better show up.
Really?
I'm coming for you.
You said that last time. What happened?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
tell me
still beat your
right
ass.
now. Tell me what happens next time.
I'm knocking your ass out. You're going out cold. I
Are you?
guarantee it. This is raw American steel. I got the President of the United States. Dragon energy. When I see you, you're dead. You're dead. I ain't playing. I was playing before. Hey, guess what I was playing for? I ain't playing before. I ain't playing anymore. I'm serious now.